A rush of evil.
Alien versus Predator again.
Halloween from hell.
All that and more.
Cody, punch Mike.
You're not Tyson. Hashtag fuck you knife culture.
Fuck you, knife culture.
We literally sprinted out of the house for a second.
Like, for a hot second.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've said this before. Like, literally said this before.
It's deja vu.
I know, right? You can run. You can try to hide. But he just walks and catches up to you.
Right there in your face. Stab.
Stabby.
Stab BC.
Take off, eh?
Don't stop me, eh?
Oh, god damn it. Fuck you, knife culture.
Who wants to see a dead body?
Behind the old Navy. God damn it. Hi, welcome to the Super Media Brothers podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame here.
What's up?
In the Penthouse Podcast Leia.
Thank you for naming it that, Matthew Caritas.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 23, man.
How you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling fucking fantastic.
Aren't you scared, though?
A little bit. The fuck out of here. The fuck out.
Get out, Myers!
This is not machete culture. This is knife culture.
Okay, Trejo, come on, calm down.
Fuck you. Okay, Trejo. Trejo. He's a hoe.
Don't call him that. He's probably listening.
I like Danny Trejo.
Mm-hmm, me too.
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. Don't call him a hoe.
I want a third machete. Literally.
Because I have two already, so.
Mm-hmm. In space.
Machetes in space.
That's right. Machete kills in space. Please.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I don't know how I felt about that one, but okay.
It's okay. So, we're here with a horror-based episode for you guys today. And we are actually going to be covering a couple of genres, video games and movies.
Don't we have a little bit of TV or no? Not really.
Nope.
No TV. Okay.
No TV for you.
Anyway.
Fuck you, TV.
We don't care about TV.
We don't give a fuck about television.
You're not on the big screen, you ain't worth the time.
That's right. No, not
No,
really.
we're kidding.
Yeah, no shit. God. So, first off, to kick this episode off, we're going to talk about a couple of games that are VR experience. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear our lovely neighbor.
Is that you, Larry?
That you, Leroy?
Or whatever your name is?
Larry, Leroy, Lawrence.
Somebody with an L.
That's right. Loser.
Yes.
Not really. He's cool. But any fucking way.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of video games that are probably, I say best experience VR. One I think is a VR exclusive. The other one has VR option, which I came home to see you fucking playing a while ago.
Yes. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Yeah!
So, I played this well after the game released. I don't remember when it was out. But anyway, I played it without the VR and was thoroughly enjoyed with everything that accumulated with the game. But I've been wanting to test it out on the VR for the last couple of weeks, being that my homie here actually got a hold of one temporarily, which, minus the clarity of the visuals, it was actually really more intense than I thought it was going to be, because of the fact that you see the popping of the face aspects here and there with like most of the characters in the real game. Now you get to see it literally in your face, and you have to actually move your head around all over the place just to aim around and see what you're doing, which makes it even more nerve-wracking, because whenever I was playing it when you got home, one of the main characters, Jack, was coming from behind me, grabbed me in the air, and tossed me across the bathroom, and I had to literally run around to go downstairs, and I felt like my anxiety started to build up so bad.
Shit.
It was that intense, and I thought it was really cool too. But yeah, like besides the VR aspect, it's a really good experience. Like it takes it from what the last 3 games have done, which is mostly the over-the-shoulder, third-person, shoot 'em up basically with a little bit of horror, but not a whole lot.
Shoot him!
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shoot!
Shoot!
Shoot him! Sorry.
Anyway, they actually take it a step further with the horror and make it first person, which I thought was a good move. Second of all, it's based in Louisiana, which is even creepier.
Right, just being that we're from here, so
Makes it even more terrifying.
it's a fictional town in Louisiana.
Dovey, Louisiana.
Dovey, Louisiana.
But yeah, you have something to comment with.
I don't know why Thomas Dolby came to mind.
We're inside Thomas Dolby.
That's right. Blinding us with things other than science. Like he blinded me with cyanide.
Bow, bow, bow.
He blinded me with cyanide.
And then I died.
Cyanide.
Cyanide.
Sayonara, sucker. You're welcome.
Too many puns. Not really.
There's never enough. Continue. I'm sorry.
That's all good. So yeah, first person, Louisiana, and then just survival more than it has been action like the past couple of games. So take all into the fact, very dark environment, very scary feeling. Not so much scary overall. There were some moments that, like I said, got my adrenaline going, got my anxiety building up. But overall, it wasn't like a true, oh my God, it scared the shit out of me kind of experience. Like, it was just pop-up scares and a few little hints of horror. But other than that, I mean, it was a really good experience. I know you played a little bit with Aiden when I brought it over that one time.
Yeah, and it was fucking hilarious watching him, kind of roll through it. And it's funny because he played both of these games, actually, that we're talking about. And I have a funny story about the second game here in a little bit. But I cracked the fuck up when... Was it him? Was it you guys kind of playing together when dude got his hand fucking cut off?
Yeah,
and he just shakes the fucking bottle of alcohol over it oh, this will fix it.
Oh yeah, whenever Mark played it too, he did the same thing. He got his hand cut up by a chainsaw, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, put some goop juice on," and he had on his nub. But what was even funnier about that experience when I saw it with Aiden, he had the animation going, but the hand was missing. But you see the liquid pouring over where the hand should be.
Oh, shit.
So you can see, the programming problem right there. So I thought that was really cool.
Deadpool would have called that shit out. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
But, yeah.
So, overall experience,
definitely worth it.
So, definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard VR. Check that shit out.
In Dovey, Louisiana.
Dovey, Louisiana. Louisiana. Loserana.
You can't get any more accurate than that.
I'm just saying. We live in a boot.
Accurate.
Accurate.
I'm just going to stare at you now.
I'm just going to stare back at you.
You might as well talk about the next one.
The next one. It's kind of a rush.
Of blood.
It's kind of a rush of blood, man.
But Until Dawn.
That's right. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, which is a weird kind of it's an arcade survival horror, first-person shooter. Was published by Sony Interactive, and it's a spin-off from the game Until Dawn, which is a fucking excellent game. Mm-hmm. It's choose your own adventure. It's a butterfly effect, basically. Every choice you make affects your ending in the game, or characters, or anything. Just check that shit out. But this is kind of... Boom! It's weird. You play on a roller coaster.
It's like a carny, basically, almost.
Yeah, it's like a horror-themed carnival amusement park, and as you get through the game, it just becomes so much more intense and grotesque and shit. There's seven different coasters, and it's some of the same locations and characters from the other game, but with different themes. The doctor, the psychiatrist from Until Dawn, he's the ringleader, I guess, of the circus. Or, and God, it's just it was just such a weird experience playing it because I'm looking around and this game actually made me get a little motion sick, and I was like, fuck, I'm old. Like straight up, I started playing this and I was like, oh, this is so fun. And then the roller coaster starts going, and then you have to like move and dodge and duck and everything and move out of the way. I was like, fuck, I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm getting dizzy playing this bullshit.
Reflexes are gone.
It's fun though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you take your controllers and you'll have like a shotgun or like a big ass hand cannon, and you're just kind of fucking dual blasting motherfuckers. There's like little zombies. There's like giant clown looking things, and
if you're afraid of clowns, yeah, don't play this game.
Yeah, no shit. Like this. If anybody out there has seen It Chapter 1, and you are afraid of giant clowns, you know exactly what we're fucking talking about.
And there's going to be a Chapter 2 too. Which I found that out, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but we will save that for another episode, my sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, Until Dawn Rush of Blood, I've got a funny story about Aiden playing this motherfucker. So there's this level where you're cascading in a coaster through a kind of like a meat hanger where they have like, you know, pigs and cows and shit, like basically like a slaughter. Yeah. So it's funny watching him because he's so into it and he's just not getting fazed by shit. And I have this on video. It's the best. It's the best shit ever. Because he's like, you know, sweet when he talks, and he's like, la la la. And he just looks up, and because he's watched footage of the gameplay before, so he just looks up and he goes, "Oh, hey, it's the little pigs." Then he fucking turns around, and like we're looking on the TV, like his point of view, and he turns around, and there's this big fucking pig head right in the camera view. So it literally sounded like this. "Oh, hey, it's the little pigs." Like you fucking like it got him, and I fucking died.
A little girl screech.
Oh, it was so fucking funny though. Oh god, that was.
Yeah, that was kind of my reaction when Jack came in my face on Resident Evil. Like I was in the bathroom and I turned around and he picked me up by my neck, and I was just like, "Oh shit."
Oh god, I'm still fucking laughing because that, even though I've got it on video, it's just burned in my fucking memory. Just watching it in person, I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Happier than a pig in slop.
That's right. But yeah, this game actually came out a couple years ago. In fact, October 13th, 2016. But I mean, it's still fun to play. Like if you really like VR games and you like, you know, horror and you like to shoot shit, this game and Resident Evil 7 VR are definitely wonderful examples of this and should be at the top of your fucking list.
There's another game too. I think it's called like Brookhaven, if I'm not mistaken. It's basically like a standstill shooter, but you shoot zombies or monsters coming at you from all directions. Basically, it's basically like another horror shooter for VR.
Oh no shit.
Mm-hmm. I saw it was either Jack or Mark play it.
Brookhaven,
I think. Brookhaven Project or Experiment, something like that.
Nice.
Same concepts.
I'll have to look that up, man, because it sounds like it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we get into the movies?
Let's.
Okay. So, Aliens.
Meme face.
I'm not saying it was Aliens.
But Aliens.
Aliens.
Now, I was excited for the longest time when they started reintroducing the series back onto the big screen. But after the last two, they had, what was it? Fox was bought out?
Yeah, it
by
was
Disney.
It was Prometheus and Covenant.
Yeah, but Fox was bought out by Disney now. So now the big question is, will there be that authenticity with the Alien series, or will it be kind of dumbed down to the point where it's not even be worth like making?
Yeah.
So watching the last two, I mean, I get why most people don't really appreciate it. It's too slow. There's too much backstory, or there's too much lore behind it. But that's what I like, because we've already gotten what the xenomorphs were, what they're capable of. Now let's see where they originate from. So from there, we get to see like the development stage, not really so much the horror based.
Yeah.
So now the third one, what we're going to do with this one, but we don't know what it's going to consist of or how it's going to be made now.
Yeah, I mean, because even Ridley Scott has like been on and off about like, oh, it's happening, oh, it's not happening, oh, it's happening, it's definitely happening, oh, it's not happening. So I don't have any faith in this happening now, because I mean,
because of Disney.
well, it's not just that, dude, but fucking Neil Blomkamp, the guy that did Chappie, he was going to be making a proper 5th film sequel to the original quadrilogy. Mm-hmm. And that got shelved as soon as Ridley Scott was like, oh, we want to do whatever the fuck Alien, I guess Covenant 2, which he actually...
Awakening.
Yeah, I was going to say, he wanted to call it Awakening. And now...
Well, I mean, they already made like a deal with like 5 prequels, basically.
Oh.
Alert. We have xenomorphs on the ship.
Yeah, no shit. No ship.
No ship.
No ship, Sherlock.
We don't ship this.
We don't ship that at all. Mm-mm. Boy, this podcast is just full of fucking cameos.
It is.
It really is. We did not invite you, Carr.
Fuck off.
Fuck you, horn culture.
Hashtag. You forgot the fucking hashtag.
Hashtag fuck you, horn culture.
God damn it. You ruined it.
I ruin everything.
No, you don't.
I was trying to be Batman. I ruin everything.
Oh my god. Where are the other horns going? You sound like a car engine.
The Batmobile starts up.
It sounds like Christian Bale.
The Dark Knight revs.
Start the Batmobile, Alfred. At once. Boy, are we stupid.
What else is new?
Nothing.
Back to Aliens. So, Awakening was supposed to be set between Prometheus and Covenant.
Okay.
Like, that's what he had repurposed it to do, and they wanted to focus more on the AI character, David. So
basically what he was doing.
Basically, yeah. What happened between Prometheus and Covenant. That's what he was going to explore.
Yeah, because that's a huge gap right there.
It really is, because wasn't Covenant like 10 years after the fact? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they had to travel and it was a cryo sleep for that long time to get to the ship, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I'd love to see it go... I'd love to see that and an actual proper sequel to the original quadrilogy, but now, like we said before, we don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
Yeah, it's all thrown up in the air for a little while. And by a little while, I mean probably another year or two.
Like the foreseeable fucking future.
Because, I mean, they're saying 2019, but I doubt it'll come out before that, so... I'll probably think 2020 at least. So, if that's a thing.
If it comes out then, it'll be Ridley Scott competing against fuck you, James Cameron. Because, as we know, James Cameron did
Avatar.
Aliens. Yeah. Alientar.
I still would not watch that.
Oh, fuck no.
Like, just...
I would watch it if the Xenomorphs came in and just fucked the Navi up.
Basically. They're not a novelty. You know? Did I break you that bad?
A little bit. It was pretty funny. So, Mighty Xenomorphin Power Rangers would be a fucking great series.
They just... How would that work?
Aliens!
No.
Aliens.
No, explain to me, how would they morph?
How would they morph?
Yeah. They would xenomorph, obviously.
Obviously they would xenomorph.
But, you know how they do the call-outs, like, pterodactyl. It'd be like...
Yeah, I was going to say their extra teeth come out. Mastodon! Dude, okay, I have to say something. Have you ever noticed whenever they do the call out for their fucking dinosaurs and, the prehistoric creatures or whatever, everybody's so fucking gung-ho about it. And, like, they're all like, Mastodon! They're like, saber-toothed tiger! Tyrannosaurus! But when it gets to Billy, he looks confused. He's like, Triceratops?
No, Trini was kind of like the more of like, I'm not sure. She's like, saber-toothed tiger! Like, she had that look in her face like, mm-mm.
Got that fucking inner monologue looking off camera. What's the fuck? Why?
Why am I saber-toothed?
But it's funny because, like, just the look on Billy's face. I encourage you out there to go fucking pause it when it gets to his face because he just has this, like, squinty look in his eyes.
Triceratops!
Yeah, he's like, Triceratops? Like, the fuck? You got a Tyrannosaurus, you got a fucking Mastodon, a saber-tooth tiger, a flying goddamn dinosaur.
Flying bitch.
And I get a fucking Triceratops. The one that fucking...
He's the herbivore. Well, yeah.
The one that lays the big pile of shit in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That is one big pile of shit.
Let's go dig in it. Anyway, back to the course of action here.
We will be opening a Kickstarter to fund the Mighty Xenomorph and Power Rangers TV series, so please go find it and donate.
Coming 2020.
20th Century Fox.
Century Fox.
20th Century Fox.
Because that's literally what we're going to get.
That's right.
Fucked.
Yeah, exactly. We're just kidding. There is no Kickstarter, but you know.
No, there is. Shh.
Okay.
Don't hash my dream.
Okay, I won't.
Just no.
Hashtag dream hash.
I did not mean to do that.
I did not.
Anyway.
Any fucking way. So, from the Aliens...
Versus...
Predator! We have a fourth Predator film. If you really think about how it was Predator, Predator 2, and then the film Predators with Adrian Brody and everybody else.
Mm.
Apparently, this film called The Predator is set to take place between Predator 2 and Predators. Shane Black, the director, had a supporting role in the original 87 film, while Joel Silver, John Davis, and Lawrence Gordon are all coming back from the first two installments of the series. It is a direct sequel to the first two, obviously, so we're getting, like, continuity-wise, we're getting, like, that universe. It's not like AVP where it was...
Just throw
them in there.
Yeah.
Throw them in there. We need to sell toys and fucking comic books and shit.
Rehash both franchises, yes.
Hashtag rehash.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of hashtags in this show.
Hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag hash browns.
So here's the thing. Everybody, okay, and I caught this. I'm sure you did too. But a lot of people were like, I don't understand the little boy in the trailer. Motherfucker, he had the tech. Like, he had the actual tech.
Mm-hmm.
And he triggers their return.
Yeah, it was a beacon, basically.
Yep.
Which is interesting because now we get to see outside of the jungle and now into suburban life.
Right? And here's the best part. These motherfuckers have genetically upgraded themselves with DNA from other species. So now the fucking is extra hard. Predator style. Mm-hmm.
If I couldn't even do that right.
I know, it's so weird. And dude, the cast is kind of cool in this one. So, Keegan-Michael Key is in it. Fucking Thomas Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Busey. It was cool until I said fucking Jake Busey.
Just lost your shit at that point.
I really did, because all I can picture is Gary fucking Busey and the fact that he reproduced. Like, that's the fucking only thing. And Starship Troopers, that's about it. Starship Poopers.
I don't know. I did like that movie.
I did too.
Everybody hated it.
Paul Verhoeven is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He did RoboCop.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn. I like her description, her character description. Olivia Munn as Casey Brackett, a disgruntled science teacher who joins the crew's mission. Disgruntled.
Just bold that and italicize it. Disgruntled.
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgruntled. No, disgruntled. Disgusting.
Did you turn in your science fair paper? No.
No.
You didn't.
You fucking didn't.
And then here comes the alien ship. Oh, motherfucker. Now what? I gotta grade all these papers and deal with this shit? Fuck.
Yes. Fuck. So, sippy. Schwarzenegger was discussed, about returning. He was disgusting. Disgusting! Fuck. I would rather open a pizza parlor. What are you laughing at?
Get to the chopper.
I'll get to the go!
They already went to the chopper.
No! Get out!
It's literally like 5 minutes of us acting like Arnold now.
Yes.
Yes.
May the Schwartz be with you.
The Schwarzenegger.
May the Schwarzenegger be with you.
So he was throwing an idea to come back, right?
Yeah, they pitched it to him. He had a discussion with Shane Black, and I guess it fell through because obviously he's not in the motherfucker, unless he's just some kind of secret cameo, which would be fucking awesome.
He's like, not again.
I mean, he's doing Terminator, like he's doing The Terminator, which is a direct sequel to the first 2 Terminator films. So it's almost like, oh, direct sequel to the 2 Predator films. Speaking of, is that him on the motorcycle in the background?
I must find John Connor.
Have you seen this boy?
Have you seen this boy? Do you know Sarah Connor?
Do you know the way?
Uganda native. Do you know the way? I fight with bare knuckles.
Commando.
Commando. Shooty.
Movie. Please, out there, go fucking watch Who Killed Captain Alex on YouTube. You will thank us later.
Like, I have no words for this movie.
That's all I'm going to say right now. I'd actually like to do a podcast on that fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. So like by itself or just like B-movies?
Oh, completely by itself.
Oh, okay.
This deserves its own
okay.
I mean, we could mash it up with some other shit, but my God, I think we would ramble about that.
Expect the unexpectable. Oh, mamma mia.
That's the one dude laughing like that.
How you doing, baby?
Anyway. Yeah, sorry. So, anyway, The Predator comes out this year. It actually completed filming in June 2017. It'll be out on September 14th, 2018 in IMAX.
Dun, dun, dun.
Go check it out.
Yes. So now we're moving on to a series that you've always been a big fan of.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Myers.
Yeah. So I just showed you the trailer, which dropped today. Like, you're going to be listening to this podcast on Saturday, but we are recording it on a Friday. So it dropped today on the 8th of June.
Of June.
And my God, it feels like an actual return.
Like an 80s montage, basically.
Yeah, it's got exactly what Danny McBride said it would be, is that dread from the original film of John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of you out there probably know this already, obviously, but for those of you that do not know and think, oh, another Halloween movie? No. I mean, yes, but no. This is a direct sequel to the first one. They are ignoring everything that came after the first one, including the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, honestly, I think it kind of needed because, like, I'm not going to lie, I'm one of the few people that thought it was kind of a bullshit shoehorn to just throw in the sequel, like, oh, that was her brother. It takes away from just the fucking real, like, I mean, sure, real, but, like, it takes away from the realness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just some random fuckwad in a mask, in a fucking William Shatner mask, by the way. Because, you know,
her brother?
It's her brother. I have to stab this
motherfucker
in
the face.
I'm gonna stab.
Oh, Spock, stab.
Oh, stab. Priceline.com. Really, though, it literally picks up 40 years after the events of the original film, disregards the continuity of the previous sequels. Laurie Strode's character, Jamie Lee Curtis, is back. She's a grandma on this one. She's got a daughter and a granddaughter, motherfucker.
She's still hot, though.
Yes, she is. And you know what I like that they did with this? They made her a fighter. They didn't make her a weakling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was sitting there shooting a freaking, like, Winchester rifle in the trailer.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really stop and think about it, and you look at the fact that they tried to do this 20 years ago with H2O, because Halloween H2O ignored, obviously 3, because fuck Season of the Witch. I mean, a lot of people really liked that one, but I didn't really care for it. Ignores the events of 4, 5, and 6, and just simply takes place 20 years after the first 2. And then Halloween Resurrection continued that and kills her off.
Mm-hmm.
Big fucking mistake. Ain't nobody want to see Busta Rhymes fight Mike Myers.
The only thing he's busting is his chops.
That's right. His acting chops. So, again, direct sequel. The trailer for it was just fan-fucking-tastic. It captures that dread, that fucking just... that mood of just complete and utter, like... You're just so uncomfortable almost.
Just the scene where they go and visit him in the prison, basically, in that courtyard, which is weirdly checkered. I didn't expect that to happen. But they were walking up to him. He's like, Mr. Myers, I have something for you. Do you recognize it? And he just pulls out the mask. And the figure of Myers is just standing there. And everybody's losing their shit. There's a dog right there, like, barking his mouth off. And then you just... nothing. It's just like next thing you see is just him stabbing shit.
Yeah, and apparently the premise is that a British documentary team is trying to like make a documentary about the murders that took place in '78, and he gets triggered. Yeah, the trailer. Like my favorite shot in the trailer was when he just creeps over that bathroom stall and just drops those fucking teeth on the floor,
and then grabs the door stall and.
Jesus Christ, it's insane. I enjoy the fact that they got the original Mike Myers. Like, the guy that played him in the original one, he's going to be having a cameo, like, kind of throughout here and there shots, I guess, which I think would be cool if it were more the close-up of his eyes. Because they kind of sell it on that a little bit. In the original, he gets stabbed in the eye with a fucking coat hanger.
Yep.
He's rocking one eye in this movie. I like little stuff like that.
I'm sure they'll do that.
But it looks good. I'm really impressed that because people didn't have a lot of faith in Danny McBride because he's such a shit in the comedy world. They're just like, really, this guy's gonna fucking understand a Halloween franchise?
Yeah, plenty of time to do it. So
well, I mean, if you're a fan, you know the entirety of your life and shit. I think it's crazy because I find that a lot of comedians have a good serious side to them, and they're able to do that.
Yeah, we always give him shit for doing anything else.
And David Gordon Green is your director for this movie. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I mean, he did Pineapple Express, like, comedy and shit like that, which, again, people give comedy, they give comedy people like a bad rep, but I really think they have something special with this.
I mean, they probably writing stuff in the background as we watch all their funny stuff. So I mean,
yeah,
you never know about these people.
Yeah, and this is interesting too. This is actually going to be it's the first involvement of Universal Pictures in the Halloween franchise since the third one. So it's kind of a return back, to its roots in a lot of ways. So
okay,
I'm really excited that Blumhouse is doing this too. They do some pretty good work. So it comes out on October 19th, 2018. I will buy a ticket to this fucking thing.
I think we both will.
Yeah. Mask on, motherfucker.
Yep.
Fuck it. Mask off.
That's what he did for years, apparently.
What, he fucked it?
Yeah.
He fucked the mask.
No, he couldn't. They didn't have the mask.
I'm talking about Jim Carrey mask.
Ew, no.
Could you fucking imagine Michael Myers putting that fucking mask on?
That would be just like a whole different chaos right there.
Jesus fuck, dude. It would be hilarious. Are you fucking kidding me?
Knives everywhere.
His teeth are made of knives. His fingernails are made of knives. His dick is made of a knife.
Michael Knivers.
Michael Knivers. You conniving motherfucker.
I'm on the razor's edge with that.
That's right. So, from that, we're going to move along into comic book territory with two films.
But one, more importantly, that we've been waiting for how long now?
A long goddamn time.
Because when did Hellboy 2 come out? That was...
2004?
Yeah, that was 14 years ago. We're finally getting another Hellboy movie.
No, not 2004. God, I'm retarded. I think it was 10 years ago, maybe.
Well, close enough. I mean, it's off by, but
2008.
okay. Well, still, a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
That we're finally getting another Hellboy, which we've been seeing Del Toro talk about for the last, I think, 3 years, saying that he might do it, he may not do it, he will do it. There was one thing about how if they have him do Pacific Rim, that they'll allow him to do a Hellboy, and then that never happened. So now we're actually getting, I don't know if it's a sequel, prequel, standalone, whatever, but apparently what I'm more excited about is that it's going to be more horror than comic book.
Yeah. And this is a reboot. This is not a prequel or sequel or anything. This is a flat
rehash.
Yes. And the best part about it all is that Mike Mignola, the guy that created, wrote Hellboy, he has written the screenplay for this.
Oh, yes. So we know we're getting good material this time.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because motherfucker.
And then, out of nowhere, the boy who's playing him, Mr. Jim Hopper himself from Stranger Things,
David Harbour.
He is Hellboy, and it's actually going to be a really good casting call for them.
He looks excellent.
He does. Like he transitions well from when Ron Perlman was him to this. Like it looks pretty much the same character.
It looks like the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Like straight up.
Oh yeah.
Right hand of doom and all, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia Jovovich is playing the Blood Queen.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's the villain.
I've always liked her.
Oh yeah. I just realized we talked about a Resident Evil video game and Mia Jovovich in the same fucking podcast.
I try not to talk about the movies as much because the first one was the only decent one out of the whole series.
Yeah, I liked the first two. That was about it, honestly.
I didn't even like the second one. It was more just action. And then it continued to be action. I was like, okay, this is not what I want.
It's not what I wanted, man.
Now, granted, I like Milia a lot, but still, she should have stopped.
Awesome.
They should have stopped.
Right. But we can focus on this thing now. Because it looks like it's going to be fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it began principal production in September of last year. And it wrapped in December.
Nice.
And it is coming out on January 11th, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I'll go ahead and say this. A lot of people in the industry say that January is kind of like a dumping ground or a graveyard for films. Yeah, but I have noticed that. Like, some movies are so hit or miss in that season.
I don't see this being a problem, though, unless they really just rush this one.
I don't feel like they are, though.
I mean, they've had plenty of time to make this, I mean.
Yeah. And also, Cloverfield came out in January.
And that was a good film.
It was a fucking excellent film.
Weren't they doing, what was that movie? We talked about this off air, basically. They did another one?
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
But they were talking about a third Cloverfield, but it was called something else. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't remember what it was called, but I know that there was a rumor that one of them was going to be set in World War II time, and that was kind of basically like dismissed that wasn't a thing. I know I've heard somewhere that J.J. Abrams wants to make like an actual written proper sequel to Cloverfield instead of kind of shoehorning another script into it, which I would like. Because I've liked all of the movies so far.
I still haven't seen
Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, the Netflix one.
It's not bad. I mean, like there's some parts of it that are questionable, but if you just look at it as a film itself, it's pretty decent.
Right.
I mean, I can see where they put stuff in, and obviously with the ARG that comes along with all this shit, like that right there is fun all on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check that out. And fucking Hellboy, please, God, go give this movie all your fucking money, because I would love to see more Hellboy movies.
Me too. Like, I've been dying for another Hellboy movie for years, so please help us help them.
Right?
Like, no joke.
And the fact that Neil Marshall's fucking directing this movie, my God.
We have so much talent in this one, so this should be a promising film in January.
Yeah, because that motherfucker has done some really great episodic television. He's directed for the Constantine series. He's directed an episode for the Hannibal series. He is fucking... Just do it.
Legit AF.
He's also director and executive producer of Lost in Space. Westworld. He did an episode of Westworld. For fuck's sake, go support this movie. Do it.
Get all your friends.
All your friends.
Even if they don't like Hellboy, they will like him now.
You go to hell and you die.
Boy.
And speaking of going to hell and dying.
Quite literally.
Right, literally. Let's roll into our second comic book movie. Holy shit!
And this one's had a bigger gap between two.
Was 21 years? Isn't that fucking weird to believe it's been that long?
It doesn't feel like that, but...
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So...
I was a kid when that one came out.
Dude, I was 11 or... Was it 97 that it came out? 98?
No, 97, I think.
It was like between 96 and 97 or 8.
Yeah, we were both 11.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know what the best part about this shit is, though? Todd McFarlane himself is directing it, and he wrote it.
Now, see, that's what they should have been doing for all these movies. They should actually get who created the comics to put like effort or some kind of play into it rather than just be like, oh yeah, we credit him because he made the character. Woohoo. But now both of these films, both Spawn and Hellboy, are actually getting the creators of the characters to come in and be like, hey, do this. Help us with this. Make it right.
Yeah, and McFarlane himself has been saying for, God, I don't know how long, maybe the last 10 years actually, that he wanted to do this. He was going to raise the money himself. He's going to do it a hard R rating. He wants to keep the budget to a minimum. I want to say the budget is around $10 to $12 million. He wants to treat Spawn like the boogeyman that's in the shadows. You don't really you don't see much of him until when it's time.
You don't see him flipping off a balcony shooting machine guns.
Yeah. And I kind of am hoping this takes on a little bit of the HBO series-esque run, which still to this day is one of my favorite adaptations of this. So, and we got casting news. Jamie Foxx will be playing Spawn.
I'm on the fence. I mean, I haven't really seen him do too much, so I'm not gonna knock him too hard, but I don't know. I guess I'll wait and see once it releases to kind of give him like a full-on review, basically.
Well, the way that McFarlane had explained it was when you need Spawn to make those statements, to say the things he's going to say, the scenes, the moments, the timing, all that shit, that Jamie Foxx was perfect for that. And I tend to agree because I can look at Jamie Foxx and say, oh, his comedy work has been, great or whatever. But I look at Jamie Foxx and I think he did a great job in Ray. He did a great job in the movie Collateral. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but fuck, it was so good.
And then Django.
That's what I was getting at next. Like, he was fucking phenomenal in Django. So, again, and a lot of people were like, oh, but he fucking ruined Electro and Spider-Man 2. No. That movie ruined that movie completely, okay? Let's just throw that out there.
As good as Andrew Garfield was, no.
Yeah, and even still, that's pushing it. So, everybody's going to shit on him and be like, oh, but Jamie Foxx is another comic character. Okay, you know how many people have had second and third chances with comic book characters? Look at Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Look at Chris Evans.
Yeah.
You know?
Not so fantastic, but yeah.
No, not at all. Flame on!
Should have did that in Avengers.
I would have fucking died. Do you hear me? Cap, what are we going to do?
Flame on.
He just snaps his finger. Flame on!
And Thanos was like, no, that was my line to snap.
Yeah.
Snap on.
Fuck! Snap on, snap off. The snapper! You're welcome.
Here comes a lawnmower across Wakanda.
Wakanda shit is this?
We do not do that here. We don't do that. Speaking of that meme, I see that meme all over Reddit of that scene where he's in like, we don't do that here.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, it's on like almost every fucking meme on Reddit's dang meme.
I need to go find it.
Yeah, but they do it so poorly on some of them. I'm kind of ashamed, but anyway,
it's okay. Did you know that Todd McFarlane was also credited as a writer for the Venom film coming up?
I did not.
Now you do.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm again excited about Spawn. It's gonna be horror. It's gonna be thriller, like we need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real casting news other than Jamie Foxx as Al Simmons. But that's kind of all we've been waiting on, really, because Michael Jai White, I liked him, and it's like we got to get somebody that was just as good. Because I think him and John Leguizamo were the best two parts about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, who are they going to get to play him? Who are they going to get to play the Violator and Clown?
Danny DeVito.
I'm fucking walking away. I'm walking away right now.
Is it sunny in Philadelphia?
What?
Is it sunny in Philadelphia? Because I know that's where you're going.
No.
No way.
No way. That is not where I'm going, eh?
Fuck you.
The fucking Penguin.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I've walked away and thought about it, I might be able to see it working.
You're welcome.
Dude, do you think when Danny DeVito turns down roles for movies that he DeVitos them?
Danny, don't DeVito this one.
Danny Dorito.
I mean, he's
shaped like a Dorito.
Yeah.
It's always funny in Philadelphia.
Sometimes I'm ashamed of myself as to why I didn't come up with it first. And then I sit here with an inner monologue going, why do I even live? I can't even be the Punisher anymore. Sad music plays.
The Punishant. I shan't be the Punishant.
Punishame.
No, the Punishame was Dolph fucking Lundgren's 89 Punisher. That's the Punishame.
True.
Bastards.
Which I'm actually getting into that series, The Punisher, on Netflix, and it's really good.
It is so good. So fucking good. I'm glad that you're getting into it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to catch up on my Marvel, so.
Do it. But again, Spawn reboot. Fucking right. We cannot wait for this son of a bitch.
Mm-mm.
You son of a bitches. We cannot wait for it.
Go to hell.
Go to hell and you die.
Until then.
So, now, I guess this is our finale of bullshit. Because...
Finale.
Mm-hmm. As you know, you out there, the two of you listening to this, as you know, Cody and I are big fans of creepypastas. We like some of the stories. And, that's kind of a thing.
Basically anything creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a creepy person.
Creepypasta. Ermagerd creepypasta. There is, finally, a Slender Man film.
Oh my god, now we're actually getting a fucking film.
Yeah, and this is the thing, though. I'm looking forward to this. I have been. But, dude, I sadly think that this is going to bomb.
I mean, as popular as the internet makes this character to be, I do have a feeling it will to a degree. Mostly because they can't incorporate and capture that character the way it should be. Or it'll be too similar to what we've already seen that is not going to really have that impact like it should. Because if you really think about the character, it's just a very minimalistic horror game on the internet where you just find pages.
Yeah.
And you have to avoid him as a character. And you don't really see him until he's there. So how can you incorporate a movie adaptation to that? And do it well?
Well, not to make light of it, in a positive way, because it was actually a really fucked up story, but the Slender Man stabbing that happened in Waukesha County, Wisconsin in 2014, you could base it off of that or something similar to that. But here, the reason that I think it's going to bomb is not because of the film. It's not because of the content. It's going to bomb because right now, as of May 2018, this movie is like, it's supposed to come out August, dude. And Screen Gems is supposed to release it. The fucking film is getting shopped to other distributors right now because of disagreements between the producers and Screen Gems on the release strategy of this movie. There has been a trailer. There's been no advertising other than that. There's been no buzz about it. They're just gonna fucking dump it out there like it's nothing. And it's like, come on, dude. This could have opened the door for so many other things, like a Russian sleep experiment film, for fuck's sake.
Oh my fucking God. They should have started with that first.
I'm just saying. And the only reason they started with this one is because it is arguably the most popular creepypasta that's been released.
They reference him so damn much now on any form of internet, like it's unreal. Which I get the strategy. You want to do the most popular thing first, but at the same time, the popularity can be its own downfall.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. If they really want to get into the whole creepypasta horror when it comes to making movies, like you said, do the Russian sleep experiment. Do anything. Let me think for a second. They have some of them that are pretty good, but I have to look at them again and get a good idea. But the Russian sleep experiment would be a good adaptation of the film if they did it right.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Candle Cove, Channel Zero.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good. I know they did a series or something, but do one like actual movie basically.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where it was The Door, I think it was. It had that metal door that was always being portrayed on TV.
Oh yeah.
That one.
See, there are a few of them that it was on. I don't know if it necessarily fell under the creepypasta thing, but there was a series called Pen Pal. There was a Reddit user called 1000 Vultures that wrote that, and it's really scary to think about because it deals with this child that grows from like I think 4 or 5 years old into adolescence as a young teenager, and then like a little bit into like pre-adulthood, and he's dealt with this stalker that has kind of been in the background of his life the whole time, but he never realizes what's going on until like way later in life, and then connects all these events together from his childhood and things that he went through with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that kind of shit is more scary than supernatural shit. The shit that could really happen to you.
Psychological thriller.
Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, why I say, get your shit together with these movies. For
advertise something.
Yeah, dude, because, and I think, I'm trying to remember, like, why, because I've read it somewhere, like, why they had such an issue with the marketing on this thing. I mean, we got a teaser poster in January, for fuck's sake, and then the teaser trailer came out on the 3rd, but that's been it. They had a lot of mixed reactions, and then a lot of people were like, oh, it looks like it's a traditional low-budget horror movie. No, it looked atmospheric.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I liked about it. It looked atmospheric, because you kind of didn't know it was a Slender Man thing until, like, they showed his silhouette and this, that, and you're like, oh, fuck, is this like an original story?
Yeah.
I want to know more about it, but it sadly looks like it's just going to get dumped out to us.
Yeah, just thrown in the air.
And that makes me sad. God.
What a way to start creepypasta movies, right?
God damn it. Stay tuned for the Kickstarter of the Super Media Brothers Slender Man movie reboot. Give us the money.
Now.
We'll do it right.
Even if they're doing on our cell phones.
Motherfucker, I've seen some movies shot on iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
They look good.
I'm not dogging it. I'm saying we'll do it on our phones.
There was I wish I could recall the movie right off the top of my head. There was a movie that was actually released on Snapchat because it was filmed like as a Snapchat story. I'll have to Google that later and like.
I've noticed that social media has been becoming more of like a film concept recently.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of that, you know, kind of dates back to like chat rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like when that was the thing when AOL launched back in like the early 90s and
AIM and Yahoo.
Yep, all the chat rooms and all this other shit, and then webcamming,
Skyping.
Yep.
Untapped potential right there.
That's what we're talking about.
A horror movie based on Skyping. Dropped call.
That would be really fucking funny. The killer's like, I'm right behind. Boop!
Call dropped.
Fuck! Boop. Boop. It sounds like a fucking Wookiee.
Well, I mean, he's Skyping across the galaxy.
What the fuck, Chewie? Okay.
Call ended.
So, no, there's been a couple of them that were based on like webcam stuff. I think there was a movie on Netflix called The Den, and Unfriended was another one that was kind of based on web calling and shit. But anyway, like, again, so much untapped potential with all that shit. But the Slender Man movie, I do want to see it. I hope it's somewhat successful. If they kept the budget small, I'm sure it'll turn a profit. I mean, the teaser poster looks pretty fucking slick. Honestly, now that I'm kind of looking at it, it looks like the Why So Serious poster from The Joker and The Dark Knight.
Kind of a small ripoff.
A little, but not so much of a ripoff. Like, he just has like his long tendril, like his arms and shit like that. It looks good. I just,
One can hope.
And I certainly fucking hope so. So, that's really all I have for that. Thank you for that.
See, I came across just kind of like a quick thing. Like, I was on Bloody Disgusting, and I saw they had a movie coming out called Another Wolf Cop. And you're the one that told me that they had a first one, and I didn't even know that existed until that moment. So I'm going to look into both of those films at some point and see what the cheesiness behind that's all about.
And I'm all about it, because something that I think we were inspired to do by given how just gonna be like, we're always real, obviously, but just kind of being really blunt and candid for a second here. The thing is just mostly inspired by the fact that just everything with the Samurai Cop stuff is just kind of like taking a life of its own on the podcast here.
Basically,
we'll start doing more stuff like exploring like underground cult cinema, cult films, and unknown shit, because it really is a passion. It's not just the Samurai Cop stuff, but we definitely want to bring shit that you may never hear about unless you
or like us, who actually look into it and be like, "Oh, this seems pretty legit."
Here's what's going to crack you up. Did you know that Wolf Cop is a Canadian film?
Oh,
yep.
Is there going to be a film behind an Old Navy?
Behind Old Navy.
Looks good to boot.
Yep. No, I do want to watch this though.
Awkward silences.
I want to see this though. I want to see this movie, and I want to see the second one. So yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, because we definitely have to see that sometime.
And weren't you going to mention Evil Dead? Kind of like a blech.
Oh, yeah. Okay, look, guys, okay. Okay, most of you out there that listen to this podcast know me personally. And if you know me personally, you know that the Evil Dead franchise is one of my, if not my actual favorite horror franchise of all time, aside from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. We got Ash vs. Evil Dead, a television series that was very well produced, very well done on Starz Network. Unfucking fortunately, due to a lot of people bootlegging it and not really like buying the Starz app or going to see it on Starz, they'll just kind of third party it, and the ratings declined. So even though we had a really kick-ass story going on and a really great setup for like a potential fourth season.
You meant a groovy story.
It was a groovy story. And it got canceled. And once again, we were left with a goddamn cliffhanger of an ending, much akin to the Army of Darkness's original European ending. So, I mean, while it's a decent closer, you kind of don't get any real closure with certain characters. There's some closure, but there's not closure. And I really would have liked to have seen them be able to finish it out the way they wanted to. They had 5 seasons planned out, and we got cut short. And
what was it, the third season?
Third season.
Yeah.
And what really disappoints me the most about it is the fact that even due to this, like Ash Williams, like the character, has been retired by Bruce Campbell. He's not going to do it anymore. He says it's time to move on to something else. He thanked everybody, including people from Sam Raimi, the stars, for allowing him to play this character for 30-something years. Honestly, it was a really sad day for horror fans around the world when they heard that shit. And me personally, I was like, God damn it!
Hanging up the boomstick.
Yeah, because, and I mean, what do? The series gets canceled. You're just kind of like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, can't do anything with this character anymore. No point.
And I think Starz actually owns the rights to all this shit now, so they really can't fucking do anything with it.
Yeah.
However, he did tease something about the possibility of the franchise continuing on without Ash, which I could see happening because the TV series built some amazing characters that always seemed to have fit in that universe, and it was awesome. Mm-hmm. Now, what I would love to see happen is maybe Fede Alvarez picking up a sequel for the Evil Dead remake or like quasi sequel that he put out in 2013, which was fucking amazing. So maybe bring Mia into the mix and then put her with Pablo and Kelly from the Evil Dead series and, have like a trio of ass kickers and
Ash kickers.
Carrying that shit on for a new generation.
Sounds good.
But rest in peace to Ash Williams. I'm just glad he didn't go out to a deadite.
Yeah.
So that character will live on in our hearts forever.
Remaining groovy.
Groovy. Fuck yeah. So, okay. Being that this is a horror themed episode, I want to, again, give a giant fucking shout out to one Geno McGahee for putting us on his horror movie review website called Scared Stiff Reviews.
Holla
at your motherfucking boys. So, do us a solid and go check out scaredstiffreviews.com. Go like his Facebook page, Scared Stiff Reviews. Geno is also the acquisitions manager for Cinema Epic, or Epoch. He's been another person that's strongly supported our show, and it's fucking awesome.
And we thank you, sir.
Absolutely. We thank all you guys over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fucking awesome. But definitely go check his website out. He's got a ton of movie reviews on that motherfucker, and I think one on Jeepers Creepers 3 just kind of landed on there. So go check that shit out. Right? Social media.
You know the drill.
You know the fucking drill. Facebook.com/supermediabros. Twitter.com/supermedia_bros.
2.
Instagram.com/supermediabros podcast.
Tree.
Come look at our stupid pictures
God damn it.
right now.
They look so lonely without your views.
That's right.
And your likes.
Please go like them.
And your comments.
And go comment on them.
Comment something stupid.
Literally.
You don't have to do anything like meaningful or heartfelt. Just be like, this is some stupid shit. Oh, thank you.
Be like, this filter sucks, bro.
We do very proud work to make it look stupid.
That's right.
And sucky.
Speaking of proud work.
I was about to say sucky.
well, I mean, it is kind of sucky.
No.
Not really sucky.
No.
Our new artwork on our social media
is legit as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Got that 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got that 80s, like, kind of like, it looks like an old VHS, like, rental, like, box that's just been fucking collecting dust for years, like, just fading out a little bit.
I'm just playing Pilot's music in the back of my head as I think about it.
Mm-hmm. So, that shit happened. Want to make an announcement? We are currently putting our show on different formats, different carriers for you guys to listen to out there. Because we've been on Apple Podcasts for probably since the inception of our show. SoundCloud has been our host website since the inception. We are on Google Play. We've been on these 3 sites for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of third-party sites that draw from Apple Podcasts will pick us up and put us on their list. But if you use the mobile apps Podbean or Stitcher, we are now available on Podbean and Stitcher Radio.
Dun dun.
Go download the apps and put us in your motherfucking pocket and carry us with you mobily.
Let us be in your ears now.
And in your ears while also being next to that ass. Ass.
And titties.
You know what? We've been pitching movies this entire time.
True.
So I think I may have found a story to pitch as a horror film.
Go for it.
The story of Joe Banks and his ducks.
Joe Banks, 82 years young, has come to this pond for the last 17 years to feed the ducks. But last month, Joe made a discovery. The ducks were gone. Some say the ducks went to Canada. Others say Toronto. And some people think Joe used to sit down over there near those ducks. But it could be that there's just no room in this modern world for an old man and his ducks.
Ducks.
Quit smoking that quack!
Coming to the theater near you. October 2021. That was a random date for Joe and his ducks.
Quit ducking around.
Duck you. I don't give a quack.
Who's gonna foot the bill for that one?
Birds of a feather, man.
Fuck together.
They quack together.
Smoking quack.
With Joe.
And his
Canadian ducks.
ducks.
From Toronto.
Or Canada.
Either one.
I fucking love that song.
Because they're so distant from each other.
No shit. So you got the social media. You got all this fucking cool news about these fucking movies and
Games,
the gaming,
and comics, and blah, 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 blah,
and
blah.
everything possible.
You know, we lied. There was TV in this. Ash.
I'm such an ass.
Fuck. Anyway.
Well, I didn't know if we were going to actually like discuss it or not, so.
We did.
Discussing! It's been a fucking long day for me.
Yeah.
Both of us probably, but goddamn.
It was fun, though.
It was fun.
Go for it.
Go for it?
Go for it.
All right.
Go for it! Yay!
That was Evil Alien Predators from Hell, episode 23. I have been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I've been Okami.
Shades on!
We're off.